All right, hey there guys, we are starting up a weather impact alert live stream starting soon. We're just waiting to pop up on our WHS 11 Plus app. All right, hey there guys. And it looks like our audio is looking good. Just doing a little audio visual test here, and we'll be getting up on YouTube as well. So thank you very much for tuning in here tonight. We'll get going here shortly. We've got a nearly historic amount of snow today, so some interesting things to talk about here in just a moment. And we'd love to know how much snow has fallen in your backyard, how much ice you're seeing, because we have a varying amounts wildly across the area here tonight. And I'll just put up some road conditions that you can look at here while we wait just a few more moments for our live stream to kick in on our WHS 11 app. You can grab the WHS 11 app at your app store for live streaming there. On Roku, Fire Stick, all that good stuff, our Plus channel. So it just depends on location, how many crews have gone over the roads. Upper right-hand corner, 65 at Grade Lane. There you can see just looking wet. It's been warm enough, not warm, but warm enough that the brine, the salt working well, and the crews have been able to catch up with some lighter precipitation. And thankfully, the freezing rain hasn't accumulated enough to produce any significant tree damage, power line damage in Metro Louisville. It's getting pretty close in some areas off to the south, but in some areas off to the south, we have had above freezing temperatures, just barely. So that's going to cause a little bit of melting there, and then we've had more snow to the north. All right, just a few more seconds here. Thanks for tuning in on this January 5th, 2025, a memorable winter storm 2025 here for us. All right, here we go. Thanks for tuning in. I am Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine. Been a long one. Got in here before sunrise this morning. We've done several of these live streams through this event, and pretty amazing. I think you can go to my Facebook page a week back, showed that a big storm was in the works. Both the Euro and the GFS showed it. It even looks similar to what the models were putting out again about a week ago. So props to the weather models and the advancement in science for pinning this storm system down pretty well overall. So again, we'll put up the live cams here, looking at Trimark, and I'd say we've had some improvements on the main routes. We're always going to have to watch out on the secondary routes, the ramps, the bridges, the overpasses, the rural streets, the side roads. They're all going to be a little more slick. And looking here at our NDOT cameras, and the road's not quite as good, it looks like, as Metro Louisville. Top right is on the approach to the Sherman-Minton Bridge, and looks like it is very slick. And the bottom right is the approach to Lewis and Clark, and still looking super slick there. You can see that semi going a little bit slower than usual, I would say. All right, here's a live view with visibility dropping a little bit. It's 31 degrees. At 31, you can still have ice accretion, which means ice accumulation. It's a live view with our First Savings Bank cam, put over our U of L Health camera network. And so the winter storm continues. Total ice accumulation around 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I think we're looking at most locations around that 1/4 inch amount, which usually doesn't cause a tremendous amount of issues for us. So that is the good thing. I think we will see some damaged branches, some droopy trees and things like that. Lanisha Watkins, thanks for watching from Louisville. Jody Clark from Bardstown. Melissa Harden, tree limbs falling onto the top of their house in PRP from ice. So those are the reports that we're looking for, the ground truth, as meteorologists always say. So I'm looking at your reports here as you send them to me. You know, a lot of times we share these with the National Weather Service, and just it's all about sharing and caring here with these weather reports. So keep sending them on our way. Kimberly from Magnolia watching. Roads bad in Sellersburg. I believe that there. Anna, thanks for letting us know about that. And I'll continue to monitor some of the comments here. We've got Lisa saying some power outages in Elizabethtown. Yeah, south of Louisville is where we've had the most power outages. And those power outages have been creeping in from western Kentucky, where we saw the impacts first. Christy, thank you for watching from Fern Creek. John Ulmer. I don't see anything for Thursday. Friday would be our next chance for some snow. It looks like it would be on the light side there, John. Tree limbs down in Radcliffe. Thank you, Lisa, for that report. Emily from Simpsonville, thanks for tuning in. Mary from Crestwoods. Sandra from Laconia in Harrison County, power out there. Victoria's got power out in Bloomfield. Thunder and lightning earlier. Yeah, we've had this thunder sleet. Very rare. I've never seen so much lightning in a winter storm before. I really never have. Bertha, thanks for watching from Jeffersonville, Indiana. We've got Haley from Freetown. Some more heavy sleet and freezing rain down that way. Brooks Scott's power outages in Sonora. St. Matthews Road's bad. Power out in Shively. Blinking lights off and on in Bonnieville, down there in Hart County. Winds are whipping up in Georgetown. Yeah, we could have some 20, 30 mile an hour wind gusts, which could cause a few more power outages as well. Alicia, I don't think the roads are going to be good tomorrow morning because we're going to see some more snow on the way. Well, again, on this graphic here, 1 to 3 inches more snow is going to be possible tomorrow morning with this next batch that'll be moving through. And whatever ice and snow we do get is going to hang around for quite some time, so the kids will be able to get out and play each and every day they are not at school, with highs in the 20s, lows in the single digits and teens. And check this out. We're making history here. This is now the third snowiest day in January, today at 9 inches officially at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. The snowiest one day, 1994. Everybody brings that up. We all remember that big one at 15 inches, the snowiest January day. But now we are at number 3. How about that? And some of the latest snowfall reports of around 6 to 9 inches across the area where you saw the heaviest snow, which was basically the northern half of the area, and then we saw lighter amounts to the south. So we're kind of right in the smack middle of this storm, which is an impactful part of the storm because this is the iciest part of the storm. And then if you look west out towards St. Louis, over Missouri and Illinois, that's the batch that'll move through tomorrow morning. Not as heavy as the snow that we've had, but we could see about 1 to 3 inches out of that tomorrow morning. Mary asking about how much snow for Friday. It doesn't look like a whole lot right now, maybe 1 to 3 inches. And Laura, we're going to be checking out Futurecast to answer your questions. Actually, I'll get to a lot of the answers to some of these questions as we look ahead here with Futurecast. So there you can see the pink in the middle are different precip types out there now. We've got 28 in Corden, 27 in Shelbyville. So if it's not sleet, which is the ice pellets, then it's freezing rain, which is regular rain, but that rain freezes on contact and creates a glaze. So that's the big difference there. And to the south, we've made it to 33 in Hodgenville, Munfordville, Columbia. So roads should be, I'm guessing, okay down that direction. Let me know if you're down that way and how your roads are right now. I'm just, again, basing that on the temperatures getting a little bit above freezing there. And then north, we've had snow or sleet through southern Indiana and areas up I-71 towards Carrollton and Bedford, Kentucky. That's where it's been in the 20s all day long. Zooming in a little bit closer here, and there you can see just a mix of the freezing rain and sleet right over Metro Louisville. And then as we expand back out, we are going to have this winter storm warning continuing until 7 p.m. Now, if that snow moves out earlier in the afternoon, we may see a cancellation of this warning a little bit early. but for now until 7 p.m. Monday. Let's look at Futurecast. Again, this will answer some questions. We'll have a little bit of a break, kind of a dry slot, as the area of low pressure, the center of the storm system, is on top of us. This will give us maybe a little light freezing drizzle during the overnight, but notice actually could warm up during the overnight south. Look at Munfordville 36, Bardstown 34, so a little more melting south, but a sharp drop in temperatures just north of that. And then here comes that batch of snow on top of us here. This is around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So for a period of a few hours, some pretty good snowfall rates, it looks like, putting down maybe 1 to 3 inches. So that is going to make roads very slick and hazardous once again. And then we start to see that snow taper off for tomorrow afternoon. And there could be some refreezing if we have some melting, because we've got some really cold temperatures on the way. Wind chills around 5 to 15 or so out the door tomorrow morning, and then teen wind chills tomorrow afternoon. And then down to 2, the wind chill there, Madison and Newcastle. Single-digit wind chills Tuesday morning. And then taking out the wind chill factor, we may see low temperatures around 2, like Tuesday night, Wednesday night. And a lot of times the weather models will underestimate how low the temperatures will go when you have a snowpack. Snowpack makes it colder at nighttime. Wind gusts could be up to around 20-30 tonight and into tomorrow afternoon. Laura, you're welcome. Thanks for watching again. Pam. And just checking out some comments here. Lauren, Hillview, you might get up to about a 1/4 inch of ice, I would say. And so right now we're at 29 and 31. Freezing rain reports. Mixed precipitation at the airport. East-northeast wind at around 13. So still some pretty good precipitation coming down, and it is nasty out there. Would not recommend being out in it. And our temperature range, 25 in Seymour, up to 33 south in Litchfield, Hodgenville, Campbellsville, Munfordville. Wind chill, big difference across the area. Feels like 13 in Seymour, 17 in Paoli. Again, we got a pretty good snowpack along the north of Interstate 64 now. All right, so this is the question we've been asked as well. This is going into our Friday. This could be our next system that could bring in some light accumulating snow. Not the same kind of system. This would be a much more simple system where we're not dealing with different types of precipitation. We can just say, hey, maybe an inch or 2 of snow out of this one, passes on by. But I was looking down the road at the long-range outlook temperatures, and it looks cold through the rest of January. So we're going to be locked in this cold weather pattern with highs of the 20s, maybe getting up just above freezing for highs this weekend. So prepare to be in the long haul as far as these really, really cold, bitterly cold January temperatures. This might be a winter, if you know what I'm saying. 7-day forecast, weather impact alert for tomorrow with the snow in the morning time and then tapering to some flurries in the afternoon. And then our high at 28 Tuesday, 11 Tuesday night, 24 Wednesday, down to 2 Wednesday night, 23 Thursday, down to 12 Thursday night. And we'll give it a snow chance on Friday, as we saw with the GFS weather model. The Euro weather model also had some snow for Friday. Devin asking about roads Tuesday morning. Well, it just depends if you can get them cleared by that time in your area. But it's going to be cold enough that if it's not cleared, I think a lot of neighborhood roads are going to be snow covered for quite some time because we're not going to get them melting. Arnella, the worst of this is going to be over very soon. And I'm happy to help out there, Lauren. So let me go ahead and we'll go back to the very beginning of our slides here. And again, a historic snow today, as this is the 3rd snowiest January on record. And then this is we had about 9 inches on the ground total back in 2015, but I think that was a 2-day total. So this is a 1-day 9-inch total. So we'll go even back to 1998, the last time we had this much snow in one day. It was a snowy 90s, as in 94 you had record snow, big snow in 96 in January, and then also in 98. So we're, again, just looking back at the roads here at the very beginning, if you tuned in just a little bit late. And Matthew Beach, thanks for the report there of some sleet in Shelbyville. Yeah, we'll get to the radar, and then we'll wrap this live stream up here. Of course, we're going to be coming up on the night team at 11 o'clock in just a little bit with live reports. Brian, we're going to see this taper off to just a little bit of drizzle overnight, so any significant accumulation will be wrapping up soon. And again, you'll see that here on our radar in just 1 second. So quarter, half inch total ice possible. That half inch is probably going to be a little bit more rare. 1 to 3 inches more snow Monday morning, tomorrow morning, and below freezing all work week long. We made it to our third snowiest January today with 9 inches officially. Seeing anywhere from around 6 to 9 inches. I think we might see some southern Indiana, northern Kentucky spots that might approach a foot of snow when all is said and done. But notice here that we've got this out to our west. That right there is a bit of a dry slot. That's going to settle things down. So we just have that much more to go. And actually, Kentucky's going to see this drier slot move in now west of I-65 sooner. Indiana's going to be dealing with this mixed precipitation for a bit longer. So we're zooming back in, and the temperature's making all the difference. We may be getting a little bit of a melting period here. The road crew is really going to get things in shape south. And chime in as well. If you're in Hodgenville, Munfordville, Greensburg, Campbellsville, Springfield, Lebanon, Columbia, how are the roads there? Just curious how things are shaping up as you've gone now a little bit above freezing. Rosemary, sorry, I am concentrated on our area here tonight, but I do love that area of South Carolina. Rain only in Lebanon Junction, so that is good as we're right at freezing there in Lebanon Junction. Spencer County, 8-inch plus. Thank you, Corey, for that report. Haley, there have been some power outages. Last check for LG&E was 5,000, but that's kind of spread out. So not extreme. And I can check here again as well. Rain in Bardstown, plain old rain. Hardin County, Dixie isn't bad. Back road's still bad. So a lot of the main routes are looking good, it sounds like. In Greensburg, not too bad. Thank you, Linda. That helps out a lot. So good to see the roads improving county by county as you go south of Louisville. And then it is messy all around Louisville and to the north is basically how this is sounding. So Interstate 64, kind of the cutoff, worse north and better south. And again, just a degree or two, and those temperatures can make a whole lot of difference. 9:37 on this memorable January 5th, 2025. Thanks for joining me here on our live stream on Facebook, or whether you're on YouTube or our Plus channel and our WHS 11 app. A lot of different ways to pick us up these days. So, been a long day. Thanks for all of your reports. Stay safe. Don't travel unless you have to, unless you're in an area where it's not so bad, like it is off to the south. Let the kids have some fun out there and burn off some energy in that snow, and maybe I'll do the same as well. So again, we'll be coming up here in about an hour and 22 minutes on WHS 11, the night team. So we'll see you a little bit later.